For today's video, I'm going to be installing a Wolfbox G900Pro. It's a digital rear view mirror plus dash cam. I got this on Amazon during Prime Days, so I've been sitting around a little bit, ready to install it now. I also ordered the 33-foot long cable for the rear camera, just because this is going on a Ford Transit. It's a little bit longer than the included cable they provide. So let's go ahead and get this box open, see what's inside. So you do have your digital mirror, so you'll be able to replace your current one and now have a digital version. It also has your dash camera facing forward on the other side of it. Their packaging is excellent. I always appreciate nice packaging. You got a couple more boxes in the bottom. This one box will have like your power supply and some of your accessories like elastic bands and stuff like that for install. And then user manual over there, and then your rear view camera. So this will go, you can mount this in multiple locations. This will go on the back of your vehicle and give you that rear view look that'll go to the digital mirror. The included cable is 20 feet in length. I'm putting this on a Ford Transit that is about 20 feet in length, so I figure this cable will not be long enough for me, so that's why I ordered the longer cable. But we'll see how it all goes and see what I end up with at the end. Now the most basic way to install this is just to put this over top of the mirror. And just plug it in. So it uses a little elastic straps that hold it onto your existing mirror and just replace it. It's the easiest way to do it. Drove around a little bit. I noticed when you can turn the mirror off, it's reflective, just like a mirror, so you can see in your back seat if you wanted to. Power button on the bottom to turn on the screen. I only have it on front camera right now, so I can look forward. I'm noticing that this mirror, for my height, how tall I am, is in my vision. So I'm thinking, I know they make a dash mount rather than a mirror mount. Thinking about locating it down lower. And then when I was driving home, it just kind of reinforced this fact. The front of the van was in the sunlight, and I think the mirror my mirror's not strong enough to support the screen. And I doubt this is every vehicle. Lots of people mount this on their mirrors and have no problem, but it wants to sag. Let's go ahead and let's order some stuff. So Wolfbox makes a mount, but I'm going to use Bulletpoint mounting solution to do it instead. There's little rubber feet on the back. They hide a screw that supports these little hooks that will hook onto the elastic band. So I'll have to remove that little rubber, just held on by adhesive, and then unscrew it. This is Bulletpoint mounting's solution. This is their bracket that fits the back. They make it specifically for the G900, so all the lines will line up. I ordered the 4-centimeter mounting arm, not very long, but I kind of am estimating that this will end up right near my infotainment screen right there. I also ordered the ventilated cell phone charger. It's a little bit cooled. Ford Transit gets hot in the front of the van, and my phone still overheats on that charger, so I got the ventilated version. Now, Bulletpoint mounting includes all the stuff you need. So I got the feet, or not the feet, but I got the little brackets off that held the elastic. They include the new screws that you will need, a little bit longer. They're tiny. They also give you a little screwdriver for it, so you're not searching for your smallest screwdriver you can find to mount this. All the holes seem to line up, so this is going pretty good. Now, mounting the rear view camera, I am using my roof rack on top of my van for like a really high up mount. You can mount this by your license plate frame if you want. I'm not using that red cable. You could tie that to your tail light so that when you engage, or your reverse light, so when you engage reverse, it switches your camera a little bit. I'm not going to do that. You don't have to do that. I'm using my EcoFlow to power this while I'm doing all this work rather than run the van or run off the van's battery. You can see it only takes like 10 watts or less to power this front and back cameras and the screen. That's not too much energy. But I'm just using that while I work on this. Now, mounting the cable to get it inside the van, I'm using an existing hole. So there's this vent pipe that goes through the top of the van down to the bottom for this van build. So I'm just running the wire down that. And then in my van and other people who have Thor sanctuaries, this vent pipe goes behind your microwave if it's the 19P or 19PT. So I just tapped into that, ran the wire, put a rubber grommet in, and then I'll put like some silicone around that just so it's all sealed up. Although not very much water goes down here. My additional cable left over was only 8 feet, so 20 feet would definitely not have made it, but 25 feet of cable we'd be good. So, but at 33 feet, I have plenty of extra to mess around. This is with the rear view mirror uninstalled. So I ordered a little cap that goes in here. It's like a $6 part. I ordered a little cap after I unscrewed the mirror. It's just a counterclockwise turn. You do want to separate this housing. You just take like a trim removal tool and just kind of wedge it in the crack, and then they split it in half, and then you can easily just counterclockwise rotate the mirror and it just comes off. And then I'll plug that up. But you can see the field of view. It's no longer in my vision. It opens up just fine and it looks nice down low. Now looking at the functionality of the mirror, this is the screen I like, just the two on there, but you can just swipe it to the right and you get the front view, full screen. You can have both views, or you can have all rear view. And you can even pan, or I guess tilt. You can tilt your camera view a little bit. It's not actually moving your camera outside, it just kind of adjusts where it's focusing. That way if you had a trailer or something and you had this mounted in a way, you could see where your trailer is meeting the ball or whatever. But yeah, this is pretty nice. I think the view that I like the best is this view, because I don't think I need the full screen to be rear view, so I kind of like it split between the two. And then with some driving, just some driving footage, you can see it gives you the date, the time, GPS, and your speed. Image quality is pretty good. This video is actually filmed just a little bit pre-dawn, so the sun's not quite up, but you can see how bright it looks, and that's where it has Sony Starvis, like an imaging processor, so that it can actually have really nice night and kind of like low light footage. So this would be, you can see the street lamps are on, but it's kind of, the light from them is not overbearing, kind of blinding the camera. There's no like glares happening from it, so it's all processed out. Here's the rear view. You can see the sun is gonna rise back there, but it's not quite up yet. The headlights on the truck behind me don't look terrible. And you can see the rear camera records the same info basically, or it marks your image, your video with the same info. The date, the time, speed is all there. But yeah, this looks really good. So the front camera is 4K, this back camera is 1080p. That's kind of a standard with a lot of them. And then Sony Starvis for both, so the image looks pretty nice. So I'm pretty happy with this camera so far. So next video, I'll be installing a side ladder that attaches to the roof rack, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. I finally got the van back from the shop. It's been having an ongoing issue for this pretty much almost this whole summer, like 2 months, but hopefully it is finally fixed, and I'll have an update for that too. So like and subscribe for more content, and thanks for watching.